You see, we must take care of ourselves, right? You agree with me? And we must live well. Here, this life is more important. And today's life, that's most important. Whether the day starts with a cool mind in the morning, reaches evening in the same mode, and you have a good sleep at night, that's the question. Your success and failures are there never important. But the irony here is, the human mind agrees with this but refuses to adhere to this. The mind loves to wander, go here, there, in some past, in some imagination, and thinking about a guilt, a shameful act of the past, and some loss here, there, so on. Mind loves this because there is pleasure in this, lots of dopamine hits, and also because the mind can escape from the hardship of the present day, of the everyday life. But the dark side of this is, slowly people become a sort of addicts and disconnect with everyday life and become outsiders to every life here. For them, life becomes a pleasure hunt. But however much they accumulate the gadgets of pleasure, pleasure won't increase anymore. A reverse effect begins to work. Our brain has one single common area for processing pleasure as well as pain. They are opposite, but they don't go for competition. They work in harmony. When the pleasure goes on increasing, it reaches a limiting point and stops at a point. Then the pain process takes up the job, it increases. So, the pain and the pleasure, they always go together, working as a feedback loop. So, increases in any more of these wanderings of the mind will only end in more disappointments. So, what should we do now? That is the question. The answer is retreat. Yes, retreat. Nothing else is capable of handling this kind of situation. The wandering mind has lost the way to home, and in retreat, the mind finds its true home of safety and happiness. In the retreat, we practice a life of mindfulness. You will bring back the mind to live here with these given surroundings, with other inmates here, and animals, and plants, and all that. We take care of just the everyday life. When we are taking our meal, we put our mind in it and enjoy all its aspects. Similarly, talking to people, listening to them, sharing whatever work is on hand, we respond with awareness, alertness, and spontaneity. Eat while you eat, sleep while you sleep. That's the formula, that's all. Now look, there is yet one more fruit here. While you learn to live a life of awareness of the surroundings, you will naturally go slow and you will remain peaceful and calm, right? By this, you will develop your ability to pay attention to your neighborhood. There are friends here. Now, you will take interest in them. You have lots of time to give them. You will listen to them. You will observe them and you understand their minds. You understand their conflicts, joys and sorrows. Then you will notice that the other people have so much in common with our mind and have lots of similarities. The same kind of desires and dislikes and struggles and so on. Then you will notice that you are actually remotely connected to those people. You smile, they will smile. You suffer when they are suffering pains. So, all this give and take happens without our knowledge. Why this should happen to me with a different individual? You will finally discover you are not really a separate individual, and in some invisible ways you are related, connected to all others, and jointly you make a sensible picture of life, right? The outward separation is just an apparent truth. It is a partial truth. The bigger part of truth is you have very little separate individual existence and a lot of collective, glued, adhered together relationship. This bond we call love. The so-called separation is our myopic understanding. By consuming lots of dopamine, we fail to look deeply. We are immersed and lost in dopamine rewards. We failed to understand the basic realities of life and cherished only individualism. This is a very costly mistake, and we are paying the price for it now in terms of failing health and peace of mind. Now it's time we attend retreats and take the right path. Right? Thank you.